So what y'all, man? Usker, man, I just want to tell y'all something, man. Every time, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Every time when I go into like YouTube and like see videos recommended, it's always something about like negativity about these recent years, and a lot of stuff has been like falling apart. You know, in this country, like the USA. I just say like, man, it sucks. Seeing those videos a lot. And I would say like some of the things are true. Like, for example, inflation. A lot of things like, let's say, how people act around certain people that they don't like. And I would also say like it's not a lot of what's it called conversations. Like they're not really that, I guess you could say, authentic, because it's just a lot of things that like happen. And one of the main reasons is probably because of like quarantine. And it's just a lot of stuff that's been going on in these recent years, and things just don't really feel real like how it used to be. Like before 2020, like let's say 2017, 2016, a lot of stuff like it felt real, and that's why people like my generation, Gen Z, they want to come back to those years, because that was when life felt really real and felt really awesome. And I would say, man, it just sucks, man, that a lot of this stuff is going on, which we can't do nothing about it but just live through the day. But I can't say nothing myself, because look, I'm Gen Z. I'm 18, man. I'm about to get out of high school. I'm just gonna graduate the next few days, and it just sucks, seeing a lot of stuff, falling down into mentally getting worse. So it just sucks. Well, I would say like a lot of things that happen in this world, it could be avoided. It could be we should mind our business about it. But it's like, damn, man, like at this point, bro, you got to get into politics. You got to get into like the government now, because it's a lot of stuff that's been going on with inflation. The tariffs they trying to tax us with, how much we pay our stuff, like food, like clothes and everything, bro. And it just feels like a never-ending cycle. And also with the how people act around certain people, it doesn't really feel that great. Like, you could try to meet some new people, and it just doesn't feel like authentic. It doesn't feel great, because people are in their own like little circle, like their own little groups. Sometimes it just sucks, man. And I've dealt with this stuff myself, and sometimes when I act cold around people, I just reflect on how I felt when people act cold around me, which is why I try to like do my best to treat people equally. So yeah, man, I sometimes I don't know, man. It sucks how society is now falling down. Not a lot of things are how it used to be anymore. It just seems like it's falling apart. But only thing we can do about it is just have hope, and just try day by day to see what we're gonna actually do. And also with that type of stuff, I'll talk about like college. 4 years, 2 years, it just seems like it's pointless. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm going to a 2-year college next few months. One thing I would say is like, you know, you just got to pick a major that's like actually, suitable, that actually like, actually works, because you don't want to get no like major that has nothing related to jobs, that has nothing related to what is actually in the real world. So I would say, man, it sucks that not a lot of stuff, like college, just being on your phone is like, things hasn't been the same. Like, bro, like when I was watching YouTube, like back in 2017, back in 2016, when I was just a messy little kid, bro, I would just see like happy videos. I would see like a lot of, sunshines, and, it felt great being on YouTube. But, these times now it's like, man, all you see is just a bunch of negativity. All you see is a bunch of stuff that, like, talking about stuff that I just addressed right now, like talking about, cold people, talking about colleges, and talking about, stuff that is happening in this world, like inflation, a lot of stuff that's going on. It just doesn't feel like a never ending cycle. And it just feels like even if we do both, even if we stop complaining or stop, what's it called? If we keep talking about it, it feels like nothing is gonna happen still. And what are we gonna do about it? Like, it is what it is, bro. And sometimes I don't want to even want to be here in this earth. Sometimes I don't know, man. I just pray that, things will go well, things will go right. And, it is what it is, man. Sometimes, life is hard, but what thing can you do? Like, either you keep it up, or you just, if you want to stop, if you want to just, do something about it, well, I don't know. I just, man, and I'm 18 right now, and I'm just thinking about what jobs am I gonna actually apply for, because, as what I keep hearing, I mean, I don't have a job, but as what I keep hearing, like, a lot of jobs they're not really applying for, actual new employees. Like, they're not really into that, all that. So it feels like the only thing that's like really our jobs is like probably YouTube, is probably like something like that, that's on the internet, like making a business, making something, I guess you could say, like a clothing brand, making something like that, they actually enjoy. But, as on the internet, I don't know what to say, but it just sucks, bro. Like, really, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of negativity when it comes to this. Like, on Instagram, that's why I deleted Instagram, because I was just dealing with a lot of coldness. I wasn't really seeing like a lot of people texting me like that. And it sucks how some people that you really think that's really, like, I guess you could say, that's really with you like this, it just seems like, man, it's just dry, bro. Like, I don't know. And I hate complaining about it, because, as the old saying goes, like, you don't need people to make you happy. But when you have that person that you're really, really cool with, and they just all of a sudden just turn cold around you, it just sucks, bro. Like, and I would say, man, it sucks that not a lot of people, like, they I guess they have no sympathy towards the person that they turn cold on. And, man, I don't know. And like I said, people change over time, and it's not like, it shouldn't be surprising in these times now, because everybody just focus on themselves. Everybody just thinking about themselves all nowadays. And I don't know, man. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm perfect myself, because there's times where I did ghost to some people, and, and all that. But I need to notice my red flags too. you know I need to notice when I'm turning cold as well. And when I turn cold, it just reflects back to how people turn cold on me. Just like how I said earlier in the video, you know, it's just a lot, bro. And, since, I just hope that God, he's there with us every time in this rough times, man. And, hopefully, he can lead us down to like a right path. I know that he's gonna lead us down to a right path. I don't know why he keeps saying I hope. He's, we're his children at the end of the day. I'm not trying to put my religious beliefs out there, but I want to say, wait, how do I say? I'm not religious, but what sounds like to y'all is like religious to you guys. So I just don't want to put my beliefs out there. But if you guys believe in God, God is always gonna be with us every time. Every time when things get hard, sometimes when things get easy, and you still gotta be there for him, even when the good times come, man. You gotta still pray. You gotta still be reading the word, And I'm talking to myself too, because today I ain't read the word. I ain't read no Bible. I ain't prayed. I just say I was just been focused on the world too much. But yeah, man, all I just want to say is just a lot of negativity going, like seeing YouTube videos recommended about stuff that's going on in this world. And yeah, it is true. Like you gotta be noticing what's going on, like, you know. But yeah, it's just a lot of negativity, and it feels like you won't make it out. It feels like you won't make no money. Just seeing those videos, you won't feel like you're doing something, just because, you know, you see videos like, oh, it's 2026 and things don't feel real, or people seem fake nowadays. I don't like people anymore. You know, like things, videos like that, and it just sucks, bro. And I know there's that those YouTubers are like expressing how they feel, but like when you see those videos every single time, it's like it takes a toll on your mental health, and it just doesn't really, it just doesn't really motivate you to do something like good, you know. So, anyways, man, this is a big rant, man. I don't know what to say, but you know, it's Usker, man, signing out, man. It's Usker. Salute to y'all.